Right, so Infiltrating, there's only one that I can hand in at the moment.
We are beset on all sides. The Iron Crown
It does have a
is
follow-up,
looming threat.
which might be a hard one. There's a guy hitting me.
The Lord of the Western Marches.
Which I think's back in the town that we just came out of, if I'm not mistaken.
He's in the elite Angmar part of it, yeah?
Yeah.
Now...
That's something I don't normally do when I'm soloing, and I can't remember, honestly, what it involves.
It involves going into an elite area that's for 6 men, so, you know, take the guess.
That's probably a know them. Right. Okay,
probably a slightly hard one, yeah, given that we couldn't do the last 6 man that we attempted.
Spiky Mugwort then should be around these various lakes near Tazgal. I mean, particularly the one to the west, so... but there is quite a few hill beasts, so you just need to be a bit careful. There we go, there's one. Have you already done the Mugwort then?
No, I'm getting distracted by Labrathorn. I was waiting for you at Fail Crow.
I've somehow overtaken you then, alright.
I was waiting for you at Fail Crow.
I didn't see you there, so I just carried on. That's number 2. I assume you only had one hand in as well, though.
Yeah.
Number 3 could be a bit interesting, unless there's an alternative one nearby. I don't think there is. Alright then.
Right, I'll quickly round up the...
all 3 are going to aggro, so I will stun one. Hit this. If you get here quick enough, you'll probably get it before they respawn. So. Oh. Okay, he stunned me so I can get a full heal off that. Nice. Okay, one dead. Fight the second one. The third one is just about to come out of stun.
Hitting filthy burglar emergency skill.
Oh, if it unstuns me, angers me a heal, angers me evade, I'm not going to complain. It's a pretty nice skill when all is said.
Yeah, filthy burglar skill.
Okay, so this should be the third one you need.
I've already got 3. There was 2 on the bank just to the south.
Oh, I didn't see that one. Right, so we've done that one. That has to go to Failure Crow. Didn't we have one to hand? Oh, we had to speak to Coronet, didn't it? Is there anything else apart from Coronet?
One. Buried treasures has to be handed in there.
Right, so let's hand in those 2 then and go do the quest in the Ram Durf.
Dread in the Fallen City is handed in Orkar as well.
Okay, so there's a couple of hand-ins. Then do the Ram Durf and then we'll come back out then. Sounds like a plan. And I should hopefully actually ding before we leave Alkire. Because I've only got 1 bar to go. I'm gonna have to ditch some of this gear as well. Even with my rather large bag sizes, I'm still full of crap.
What vendors were made for?
How can I be of service?
Okay, so Coronet's going to give me another piece of junk loot.
What can I do for you?
And then he's going to say, defeat the spirit of the ancient watching stone as a bit of a trial run for what we're about to do.
Fist of Gundabad! Gundabad!
Even though Gundabad doesn't exist in the game.
Yeah, we were talking about this just before we started this duo. And we were like, it's a shame, because Gundabad is an important place in terms of Tolkien lore. It's supposedly the original place of the dwarves, where the dwarves originally set foot in Middle Earth, or were created by their own creation myth. And that's Balthelion, grants. It's also a point that the orcs then took over and made their own, and became a great stronghold of power for them, as primarily seen in the Hobbit series, where Bolg leads a force from Gundabad to have battle at the Misty Mountains. Not the Misty Mountains, at the Lonely Mountain. And of course, yes, Legolas did go to Gundabad in the films, even though he never did in the real thing, but whatever.
And let's not even get into the geography bending that they sometimes do.
Let us not get
it always involves Legolas, doesn't it, with his geography bending. Like, the hobbits turn northeast towards Isengard. It's like, no! Northeast is the way you come from.
another way, want a hand in here.
Did I miss that one?
Yeah.
Which one's this?
Buried treasure. Thranduil's just as bad
So
when he
did.
tells Legolas to go find go north and find the ranges of the north.
Yeah,
It's
when,
like-
when the only thing like north of Mirkwood is like the
You do
Withered
not
Heath where all the
truly
drakes
know
live.
the difficulties we
Yeah,
face.
and the Grey Mountains.
The Iron Hills.
Well, the Iron Hills aren't even north of there. The Iron Hills are like northeast of the Lonely Mountain. North of the Lonely Mountain is like the bloody Grey Mountains,
Yeah.
which does nothing except like act as a barrier between that and Frostbrand, the original stronghold of the bad guy of the First Age, yeah? Morgoth.
But yeah, going back to Gundabad itself, and as far as we can like work out, it's meant to be towards the southeast borders of Angmar, so we reckon it's probably north of the Trollshore, not the Trollshores, the Etten in the game, like the PvP region, and kind of makes sense within the game lore because that's just spewing forth all these like player-controlled orcs. So
Difficult to say though, yeah.
Yeah.
Tolkien never specifically says where it is, apart from that Khârn Dûm was built at a later date somewhere near to Mount Gundabad and it became an orc stronghold, the actual mount itself. So yeah, it's probably somewhere down to the southeast, and like Bal said, it kind of makes a little bit of sense in that north of Graham's Foot is full of things spewing forth from Angmar, they call it, but could easily be Gundabad either way. Are you off? Where have you gone?
I'm at Failure Crow just trying to do a hand in and
fair
struggling
enough.
to juggle backspace.
Matters to discuss.
Okay, I've got a follow-up quest to collect pea plants. Storing the peas. I see what you did there, Turbine. I know I have found a dwarf iron node. And branches that you've missed, but whatever. Actually, no, you haven't missed it because you're behind me.
I haven't missed it because I'm coming towards
It's
you.
just north of Failure Crow.
I thought you wanted to go back out in the Randu, so I was waiting at the south end of the village and then...
Yeah.
Right, hang on a minute.
I probably did mean to do that, but since we've came out, and you're
I
pretty much
suppose we
halfway here.
can loop round the deep way eventually, but whatever.
Yeah, well, since we've kind of ridden out here because I wasn't paying attention, may as well do these then and then go to Ramdurf.
Fair enough, yeah.
So I'm going to carry on heading eastwards, northeastwards.
I'm just at Failure Crow now. We'll just hand in and then I'll meet up with... no, the Lebrathron's pulling me off in all different directions.
Yeah, it's putting me off in different directions and I'm not even mining it at the minute. Yeah, the thing about Angmar is it's not really been kind of represented much in like the expanded lore and games and stuff. I mean, it's featured quite heavily in Battle for Middle-earth too, and obviously it's in LOTRO.
Lord of the Rings War in the North, the final set of missions takes place
Yeah,
in
there's
Angmar.
there's a baddie there.
Yeah, the final missions take place in Angmar. But whether or not you want to count Lord of the Rings War in the North as canon or not, you know, is a little bit of a toying cost.
Yeah. Best left forgot on that one.
A little bit odd as far
Adamant
as
shard, grats.
because we don't have enough adamants. Although it's
They're
better.
pretty. Well, yeah, barrels are the ones that you come out of your arse pretty much because you get so
Yeah.
many of them from doing like the
Too much can't
level 50-ish instances. But adamants I always find are probably one of the harder ones to get. At least, you know, from like loot drops.
I don't know. That's
can
my
pass them
third
quite
one.
easy now.
That's my third one up here.
I don't think I've got any yet, so obviously
Maybe
you're taking my loot rolls.
Yeah, the adamant. Well, you know, that'd be the first time ever, wouldn't it?
Yeah, instead of the burger.
Remember when you and I used to be doing big battles all the time? You know, you'd come out with like God knows everything, and I'd come out with bugger all, yeah.
Hmm.
Do you think Gilles Andras is actually Andrasy? And Andy's gone to the dark side.
That's where he's been all this time.
That's why
He's converted to Angmar. That's one of our kinnies for those not in the know. Okay, so I'm at the pea plant field, so, you know, this entire massive crop that's meant to sustain all these tribal people, and they have like 10 pea plants.
Look, it's like the dodos out of Ice Age, yeah? Gonna survive the entire ice age with 3 melons.
Oh.
Don't question the logic.
What's that? I want to say script, but that's just Guild Wars talking. It's like scratch or something, isn't it? Like the squirrel thing.
Scrat.
There we are. That spends the whole film going on about that bloody acorn. He's like chasing the acorn everywhere.
Yeah, the saber-toothed squirrel, or whatever the hell it is. Yeah.
Okay, I've got 8 plants in this field, but that's all there is, so I'm going to have to head eastwards. I might as well mount up actually, because it's quite a way to the next field. Okay, so you've caught up now. And in the field to the east then, I've aggroed something in stealth. I'm going to have to fight it. Let's see if I can get a pea plant first. There we go, so there's plenty of spares. There we go. Oh no, just as I start fighting one, another one decloaks.
Just as well as the spares, otherwise I wouldn't be able to pick up my aid.
Ah, you can still pick them up, they respawn. Well, there might even not be ones that despawn in the first place, so...
Nah, they actually don't despawn, they just, you know... Phasing wasn't that interesting back in the thing, since this place hasn't really been overhauled in forever. It's still very much the same.
Okay, I've killed those 2 guys. So I guess I'm ready to go inside Donnvail then, once you're done the bees. So you grab the last 2 then, I'm just going to head to the entrance.
So it's annoying that I have to keep activating forced march, whereas these hunters get find the path active all the time and it only procs when they're out of combat.
Yeah. So yeah, the problem is this is a mostly hostile town, but basically it's like a long corridor to kind of get to the back side of the place where all the quest givers are. So it can be quite a slog to get through there if you're soloing. You could just stealth through it if you're a burglar, but we're going to find our way through.
We're not all burglars, sorry.
Now,
shameless burglar plug if I ever saw one.
Shameless burglar plug. Burglars are awesome. Can't be bothered, just stealth through it. Got to like kill a boss mob at the back of a camp of mobs that you don't really care about. Stealth right to the back, decloak, kill the boss mob, cloak, walk out, swag.
Play champion, bit of everything, life's good.
Takes longer. Okay, so remember to talk to this guy before you go deeper, otherwise you're going to miss out and load the quest later.
So,
no, he doesn't want to be seen talking to me. Well, fine.
We've killed all the witnesses, it's fine.
Solve your problems yourself.
Okay, so he's going to give us a quest to basically talk to people all along the way in.
I think I might have blatantly cheated this at one point using mithril coins.
Such a waste of your rubles.
I don't think I actually did. I think I contemplated it, but it was like, you know, it's not difficult.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess we have to do this separately because you already talked to this one. So some of these guys that we're going to talk to are going to be unfriendly as well, so we'll see which ones want to find us. As we go in, we also need to collect some food store boxes, which are going to be scattered around. Now, it'll be interesting to see if I can pick that up after you've done it. The answer is yes, good.
We're going to starve them out because, you know, that's what good guy heroes do.
Well, they're already pretty low on the peas, as we've seen, so...
Yeah, we go in, kill them all, and then starve them out because, you know, it's what real men do.
Yeah, not just, like, leave them alive and starve them out. We'll kill them anyway. And they
Kill them anyway.
definitely can't eat the peas, then.
Yeah, and then take their foods. And their winnings.
I don't know, they're pretty ugly.
They are pretty ugly, yeah.
I'd rather have one of those nice elf wenches. There's a player... that player's just decided to run past all the mobs to get out the town, and that's just how many mobs are kind of guarding all these archways on the way into the town.
What's worse is the mobs were kind of like taking 2 steps lagging, taking 2 steps lagging.
But yeah, you can see him resetting over the wall actually from my camera angle. Oh, there's still some more going. I mean, if we didn't need the food stores, that would have been a good side to run in.
Behind
Really.
you as well.
Yeah.
One behind you.
If we didn't need these food stores, we could have taken that opportunity to run in before they were reset. But sadly, we do.
We need to talk to the chapper here anyway.
Yeah.
Or chapette.
Will you be sojourning here?
Here we go. Oh, I can't remember something.
Ambush!
No.
You interrupted my ambush induction.
Oh, can you blame him for not wanting to be ambushed?
Yeah, actually. All your health is belong to me.
There we go. Right, so we should only need one more. Even though there's two. There we go. So now we just need to fight our way to the main courtyard. Where are you going?
I thought I saw something in the corner that caught my eye, but I was wrong.
Yeah, just kind of snake our way through the town. Just got one more courtyard to get through and then way to the main lobby.
In a not particularly stealthy manner, if we have to be honest. You know, Talion would be appalled.
Protagonist from Shadow of Mordor. I mean, to be fair, he would probably rack up an even bigger death count than we are.
It depends if we're playing my style of going and murder everyone or your style of playing Batman.
Because I'm Batman. It's like stand up in the tower, like jump down, shank someone and climb back up before the rest of them realise what happened. They all start panicking. Look, it's the Ranger!
It's the Ranger!
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to do a playthrough of that one. I mean, I still haven't technically completed it normally. But it's quite fun.
You stopped, didn't you? I
Yeah.
finished it. You stopped.
I got distracted by other stuff, so... But,
An actual playthrough, it wouldn't take all that long.
it's one of those games that, you know, if you're just following the main storyline, you could do it fairly quickly. But if you're like me and you kind of end up doing all the damn side quests...
Even doing all the side quests, it's about...
I mean, yeah, it's not too bad in that regard, but I mean, like with most RPGs, like if I was to play, has certainly been the case, Dragon Age or, you know, Skyrim or something like that, I get so bogged down in the side quest that I never complete the main quest.
Aurora's boy book page.
But oh, nice. But to be fair, you know, Shadow's Mordor's not quite that bad.
I think
the end is certainly in sight for me. It's just like...
Yeah, I 100%ed it and it took me about 25 hours, I think. And that was a more...
25?
What?
25?
Yeah.
So I've played more than that already and I'm still nowhere near it. I just have so much fun just, you know, going up in the town shanking the orcs.
Yeah, you're just having too much time.
You're walking around meaningful and I'm just like toying with my food.
You just spent like 6 hours up in the tower going, I'm gonna get ya!
I literally do.
I've actually gone in and like killed the guy, walked out, I'm like, see you later, pal, and you're just like, see you later. Gonna get ya!
I mean, it does get pretty crazy towards the end of that game. I mean, some of the mobs get really hard. Alright, so talk to this woman, we should get some additional quests.
Depends how much you buff them up, really.
That is a really fun system, that Nemesis system.
It's kind of what made the game unique, otherwise... Are you sure about doing these? They're all fellowship.
Yeah, they're fine, I normally solo them.
Alright, okay. Not done these in
I'm trying to think
a
what the
long
last
time.
thing I would have brought through here was.
I didn't do these when I brought the Lawmaster through.
That's two, it'll be fine.
That was my last character through Angmar.
Okay, so we need 8 warriors, 6 crossbowmen, defeat Murderfak and Fushaf the Beast.
Never liked crossbows.
Take too long to reload. Yeah, so as soon as you kind of crush this archway, all the mobs are suddenly going to be really tough. So you basically only want to pull these one at a time, otherwise you will be in some serious trouble. Some of the mobs aren't going to be hardcore. I think it's just the crossbowmen, isn't it?
I have no idea.
I think the Donnvails, yeah, he went down pretty easy. So
Oh yeah, he's just standard, but yeah, this guy.
I think it's only the Angmar that have insane amounts of health. So trying to avoid them. You don't really
He's
need
putting
them.
on the 10 on me.
Actually, no, you do need them. You need 6 of these guys. But definitely fight these guys solo. Yeah, I mean these guys
Sure,
are pretty low
not
health.
sure how you were doing those solo, because that hurt.
I think the last thing I would have brought through here was a burglar, so I would have done it. I mean, it probably would have like cost me quite a few cooldowns and have to wait before I take on another one of the tough guys. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you'd have done it without burning a lot on your CDs.
Yeah. But then you just got to like stagger, you know, take out a crossbowman and then take out a few of the smaller guys.
I mean, it certainly helps that they at least reduce the cooldown of most of your emergency skills, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely.
And since burglars have like, you know, what seems like unending emergency skills.
Knee breakers manual. Okay.
Wait.
Yeah, I think you can range pull one of them. I don't think they'll both aggro. Or if they do, I will. If you pull the one on the left, I will stun the one on the right if he aggroes.